Important news about the Flamengo defender leaving and Carlo Ancelotti keeping an eye on our Libertadores champion. You can follow these and other news right now here on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. We're coming in strong. Hey guys, red black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on the bell notifications, and leave a cool like on the video. Here we go. Presented by Haroldo's Caravan, you can still reserve your place at the Libertadores, South American Recopa, and all Flamengo matches at Maracanã. Haroldo's Caravan offers a spectacular reception, serving Flamengo fans for years with true mastery. We're also here to remind you that if you're going to be in Florida buying your car or your house, you need insurance. AIP Florida is the region's most awarded and best insurance company. Get in touch right now using the contact in the pinned comment in the description, and also here at our AIP Florida. Reach out to them, talk to Anna's team, they're fantastic. They'll find the best insurance for you. Just contact them and mention Paparazzo Rubro Negro. Look, before I continue with this video, I'm going to start by saying this. There are two things about Leo Pereira I want to talk to you about. One important thing for us to bring up here is the possible call-up of Leo Pereira. Finally, according to ESPN Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti wants to observe another left-footed center-back who can be an option for Gabriel Magalhães in the Brazilian national team. The name that is appealing at the moment is Leo Pereira. Unique, right? He's the center-back of the only four-time Brazilian Libertadores champion, right? It's the only four-time Libertadores champion. So, Murilo and Lucas Beraldo were left behind and Leo Pereira could be called up by Carlo Ancelotti. Finally, Ancelotti is going to watch Leo Pereira and there's a chance he'll call up the player, right? He's been upset before about not being called up, but hopefully this time, if it's meant to be, Leo Pereira will get called up. With the World Cup coming up, you have to root for the guys, right? Some fans say, forget the national team, but the World Cup is near. It's the guy's dream. It's his moment to be called up. It's his moment to be at the World Cup. This is the moment Flamengo fans want the most, to have as many Flamengo players as possible at the World Cup, because it's a source of pride, right, man? Obviously, we know it gets in the way. It gets in the way when there are a lot of friendlies. It gets in the way in a lot of situations. But the right thing is that there shouldn't be games during call-ups. During Federación Internacional de Football Association dates, that's the right thing. That's what needs to happen, and not for us to hope that the player doesn't get called up. We want our player, our star, on the national team. That's the reality. Our real team is Flamengo, but we want the guy to be recognized, and he's an asset of the club, valued. That's it, okay? Everyone is really rooting for Leo Pereira. Flamengo really needs your help, seriously, your help. This is the time to support. 2025 is here. Look, another level. I even named my son Another Level 2025. We won everything except the penalties against Paris Saint-Germain. Now it's time for you to support. Lucas Paquetá is arriving. There are still about 15,000 tickets available. Let's fill it up. Let's fill the stadium. You can be part of this turning point, man. It's time for us to bounce back. There were 3 tough losses, I know, but we have the Recopa and the Brazilian Championship. Let's aim for the lead in the next 3 games and take charge from the start. Let's go all in, man. Let's go all in and get back to saying it. Follow the leader with Lucas Paquetá. He's going to soar at Flamengo. I have no doubt he's at his peak. It's time for us to go all out. It's Wednesday. I know it's unusual, but Flamengo games at Maracanã against International have always been packed on Wednesdays. Let's go all out, everyone. I have important info for you. We're reaching 45,000 tickets sold, but there will also be a broadcast. Flamengo and International face each other this Wednesday in the Brazilian Championship. The match will be broadcast live with images and free for the public from outside Brazil to abroad. Once again, Flamengo is on this run. And what about the people outside the country? They're going to watch it on Flamengo television, right? We can watch it on Flamengo television through YouTube and on Flamengo's official Facebook page. The coverage will feature 100% Flamengo commentary with options in Portuguese and Spanish, expanding the reach for fans abroad. So guys, let's give it full audience, those who are outside Brazil and those who have the chance to be in Brazil to go to the game. Let's get stronger and show support. It's time to go all in. Lucas Paquetá could start. The player has a great chance of starting the match among the starters tomorrow against International. I asked here, me, Rafa Lamela, and everyone who talks about Flamengo asked the fans to pick the lineup, and I thought this lineup here was amazing. It's a fans lineup here. Rossi, Varela, Vitão, Léo Pereira, Alexandro, Everton Araújo, Pulgar, Arrascaeta, Lucas Paquetá, Everton Cebolinha, Pedro. For me, there's nothing better. That's the best one. Rossi, Varela, Vitão, Léo Pereira, Alexandro, Everton Araújo, Pulgar, Arrascaeta, Lucas Paquetá, Everton Cebolinha, Pedro Cebolinha. He's asking to come in. Felipe Luis is giving the guy a chance. Cebolinha is asking to come in. Look, Flamengo has agreed to the transfer of defender Iago to Orlando City. The deal was finalized this Monday. Only a few details remain to complete the transfer. He's coming here to Orlando. Journalist Angelo Furtado first reported this information, which was later confirmed by Paparazzo Rubro Negro, our team, and GE. The sale will be for $1.4 million, which is 7.3 million reais at the current exchange rate. According to Angelo Furtado, a clause was not exercised. Flamengo decided not to buy the additional 10% of Iago's rights, so the percentages remain 60% for Flamengo and 40% for Volta Redonda. So Flamengo pockets 7.3 million reais and has the chance to earn another 60% of the rights, which in this case is actually 60% of the rights. That's what Flamengo kept. They didn't add more, so the deal was for 1.4 million. So Flamengo still owns part of the rights to the defender Iago. In the future, okay, we'll bring you more information. Look, people are complaining a lot about Cazé Television because he talked about Flamengo's fans, that they didn't show up in this case. They didn't sing, right? That they didn't participate much in the game. I didn't think it was that bad. Flamengo's fans actually participated well, I told you. What made the difference was the Corinthians management bringing 187 buses. That makes a big difference, a huge difference. And then Cazé Television was there. We saw Cazé Television talking about it. The fans got irritated. But many Flamengo fans themselves, like Lula da Raça, many influencers, many complained about the fact that fans from Brasilia were there, right? Without having a big participation from the organized supporters to lead, it's very important for the organized supporters to be present. I've always said that it's necessary to provide buses for the guys to lead the chants. Bring instruments is very important. It's not enough to just help with the mosaic. I always say this, that Flamengo should have learned this lesson once again so they don't embarrass themselves. And then I saw people complaining a lot, and the truth is that Flamengo's management should help more. They should help more. It's not whining. No, it's not whining, okay? And then I see people talking and complaining. There's no whining here because I saw people complaining, oh, Casimiro, my brother, is the guy talking there, man. In Brasilia, this has happened for a long time. When Flamengo's organized supporters don't attend, few people show up. There's the organized group there, Jovem Fla from Brasilia, and the people from Jovem Fla Brasilia posted about this. Okay, look, let me get it here. Yeah. Jovem Brasilia. Young Supporters Brasilia. Look at the young supporters from Brasilia. Expresses deep indignation at the last event, which exposed Flamengo supporters to unnecessary risks. And once again, highlighted the lack of support and dialogue from Flamengo's management. There were only 6 buses of supporters coming from outside, in addition to the supporter groups based in Brasilia. Management's lack of support isn't new. Unfortunately, Flamengo keeps completely abandoning its organized supporter groups. Just look at the Libertadores finals, where the opposing fans had direct support from their management, while Flamengo's supporters were ignored. There were no instruments, or there were, it's complicated. So who are you going to blame? The fan who doesn't sing, or the other side that has people leading with drums. This is really important. That's the point. That's the point. So, the people from Jovem de Brasilia, the young supporters from Brasilia, are speaking out, complaining about what happened, that Flamengo's management should have helped the Jovem Brasilia supporters. Flamengo's management should have helped, just like Corinthians management. Corinthians is broke, man. Corinthians is broke. Man, they help with 187 buses, man. Our Flamengo, man, full of money, man. Damn. But it's not about helping the organized fans by giving tickets. It's not about that. It's about giving support, man. That's the least you can do, you know? Right now, man, we're here asking the fans to go too, to go to the stadium. Filling up the stadium tomorrow against Inter is really important. But man, for God's sake, right? It's the debut game and Paquetá's return at Maracanã. We really need this, right? I saw that thing about Casemiro, but there was also a funny situation involving Casemiro, where he shared his wife's story. Listen, he mentioned me, right?
So, I'd like everyone at home to do an exercise and close their eyes while listening to the paparazzo talk. Complain a lot about Flamengo losing the title and blame everyone, the referees, everything. And see if it sounds like a video of Shrek really pissed off about Flamengo losing the title. Just the voice, director. When you...
Look, people already posted it. People posted it on Twitter.
The whole thing. This is a disgrace. A disgrace. He barely grazed him, man. The player's arm just brushed near the chin, didn't even hit. There was no impact at all. Wait until after the break to send off the Flamengo player. Get ready. I warned Tosco Marcus, and this Rafael Klein. I warned you. They're going to screw Flamengo over the whole year. Look, the whole year. Seriously.
Red and black Shrek, man. My voice, when I'm nervous, sounds like Shrek's. That's crazy, right, man? This is unbelievable. So, Flamengo, we were just talking about it right now. Flamengo sold the defender Iago, but there's another situation involving another Flamengo defender, which was Leo Pereira, right? And man, I thought it was just amazing, you know? Yeah. Polgar, right? Involving Polgar and also Memphis. We had Leo Pereira taking a hit from Memphis, and then right after Eric Polgar got him back, right? Let's see, look. Memphis uses his body there, gives Leo Pereira a push and says, I'm strong. Then he didn't expect Polgar to go all in on him. Look at that. Ouch. Ouch, that hit, man. Man, I even mentioned it here, man, Polgar. He dodged the bullet, right? Because there was a situation with Eric Polgar. That play, the goal, Yuri Alberto's goal, man, TNT showed it. And there's something important here for us to point out, man. If he had hit him, my friend Polgar got away with it. Polgar really got away with it. Look at this, man. Take a look, bro. He got away with it. Look at this. He already forgot about the ball. Look at that, my God. If he hits him, Yuri Alberto's head goes straight into the post. You're crazy. Polgar really dodged a bullet, man. Dude, my friend, that would have been a big problem for Polgar, let me tell you. People discuss this a lot, right? Reminder, show people that this is available in official stores like the Gavia store. Look, the new kids patch is here, the kids jerseys. With the Libertadores champion patch, right? And this one with 4 Libertadores titles, it's here now. The kids patch. You can already get it at Flamengo's official stores, at the Gavia store, so there are plenty, right? And man, so I was saying that, right? Felipe Luis's trusted man, Eric Pulgar, saved Leo, thank you. He defended Leo Pereira and managed to avoid getting into serious trouble. Man, over there, if something had happened, it could have been complicated. It could have made Eric Pulgar's life difficult because, well, it was. Look, that's what happened. Earlier we talked to you, but let's bring it up here because the video didn't notify. Jose Boto talked about the renewal process for coach Felipe Luis. Let's check it out here. While you watch the training footage, we'll bring you Jose Boto's quotes as you follow the images from Flamengo's training session yesterday. So Jose Boto talked about Felipe Luis's situation and the renewal. He said that the decisive factor was his desire and Flamengo's desire to continue together. Of course, there were setbacks and progress throughout the process. We were negotiating with perhaps one of the biggest agents in the world, which made the negotiation take longer. Also, the fact that it coincided with all of us being on vacation, each one in a different place, that ended up making the negotiation even more difficult. But there was a moment when I spoke directly with Felipe, with no one else involved in this story, and then things moved forward. They asked him if their last conversation was between them, and he answered. It was without an agent, without the president, without anyone, just me and him, and that was what ended up being decisive. And are you watching the footage of Flamengo's training? The footage is from yesterday's training. They're still going to release today's training footage. But as we watch here, the squad is training, already focused on the Brasileirão, and there's also the Campeonato Carioca against Sampaio Correa. There's also the South American Recopa. Flamengo can win this important international title to start the year, and they can also win the Carioca. And then you already start with the same number of titles as the previous year. Nothing changes, it changed. We swapped the Supercopa for the Recopa, and let's go all in. That's what I say. We need to focus on letting go of the past and thinking about the future, which is most important. And that the board also remembers to try to do their best so that we have the biggest presence in the popular section. At Maracanã, organized supporters need to bring people back. That's the reality. The tickets were expensive on Corinthians' side too. It's not just that. They were expensive on Corinthians' side, expensive on Flamengo's side. The point is the difference in the number of people they brought. More organized, and then you had the instruments from the supporter groups to lead, to help. Are you guys following Lucas's training? Paquetá? This comeback of Paquetá is important. I'm sure that if he starts playing and he has a chance to start, it's going to be a great game from Paquetá. It will already be his first big match, God willing, for Flamengo on his return, and we'll be able to change this energy, change the atmosphere. Now, every game will be packed, every game will be a full house, and we know that Flamengo still has everything it takes to shine. Getting back into rhythm, getting back on track, Flamengo has everything it takes to win important titles again in 2026. The title match against Lanús is very important. The Recopa Sudamericana, which Flamengo lost in 2023 and now has the chance to win back the one they won in 2020. Flamengo could win their second title and become two-time champions. Now, after losing to Independiente del Valle, Flamengo became Recopa champions against Independiente del Valle with a 3-0 win in 2020 and then ended up losing on penalties in 2023. Let's go for it. Let's give it our all, yeah, guys. So look, we had Lucas Paquetá calling on the fans for this big game tomorrow. Flamengo and Inter, it's an important game. Let's check out Lucas Paquetá's message here.
Flamengo, it's Paquetá. I'm inviting everyone to Maracanã tomorrow for my return debut. More importantly, we're together and ready to work toward victory. This is another final, and I count on your support. We're in this together.
Let's go. Follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo.